Everything a man does in a relationship with a woman is intentional, be it emotionally, romantically, or even passively. He knows when he's not investing emotionally or not.
After you hear this, stop kidding yourself. Everything a man does in dating is 100% intentional. If you haven't heard from him 2, 3, 4 days, 100% intentional. If he hasn't taken you out on a date in a very long time, 100% intentional. Men are very purpose driven. So if there's a woman that he's really interested in, he's not going to go 3, 4 days without contacting her, nor will he let 2, 3, 4 weeks pass without planning something with her. Men are going to prioritize the woman that they want to be with. So hearing that, don't be given too much benefit of the doubt, because I get it, we want to see the best in people. You want to believe that if you just give him a little bit more time, he'll come around, but men don't operate that way. They're into you, they'll make time no matter how mad their schedule is. And that's the bottom line. Don't kid yourself.
He said, stop kidding yourself. And he's right. If that man is not calling, if he's not texting, if he's staying silent, it is his choice. So he knows what he's doing. Stop making excuses for him. Stop holding on to hope, hanging on to hope, thinking things will get better or things will get back to how it used to be. Remember, many men out there start off a relationship with love bombing. So don't think because you were love bombed means that is who he is. No, he was just performing for you. If that man is giving you mixed signal, it is not an accident. He knows what he's doing. A man will make time out or go silent based on what he wants you to feel. It's either he wants you to feel pursued, punished, or confused. Many men use ambiguity to keep their options open while still benefiting from your loyalty. A man being nice to you does not necessarily mean he cares or he loves you. Sometimes it is a strategy. Some men weaponize niceness, kindness to get access to you. They can do favors for you, admire you. They are not doing that because they want to connect with you. They're doing that because they want to gain access to you.
Ladies, listen to me. Everything that men do is 100% intentional. Everything that a man does, he does it with intention. You guys are living in La La Land. You guys have been watching Disney too much. I need you guys to wake up and smell the coffee. Everything that a man does is 100% intentional. Okay, so if he's not replying to you after so many hours, if he's taking hours to reply back to you, he knows what he's doing. If he hasn't spoken to you in weeks, he knows what he's doing. If he's texting you but not planning a date, he knows what he's doing. He has a plan, and that plan just means you're not included in that.
Ladies, you need to understand something. Welcome to the Daddy Academy. A man didn't forget to text you. He didn't forget to plan the date. He didn't forget that he said he was going to call you and then he didn't. Everything a man does in dating is 100% intentional. Men are obsessed with women. Okay, men are obsessed. Okay, they didn't fucking forget. So if a guy isn't following up with you, you haven't seen him in a few weeks, yes, he's not answering your text, it's on purpose. It's on purpose. He's either doing it as a tactic to try to get you hooked, or he doesn't fucking care. I mean, it's one or the other, and the sooner you actually realize this, the better, because the treatment you get from a guy that is really fucking serious about you, it is night and day from the experience that you'll get from these guys who are just after casual or just don't really care. So if you aren't getting that immediate guy who is attentive to you, he's consistent, he's planning the dates, you always know when you're going to see him next. If you're not getting that treatment off the bat and seeing that treatment over an extended period of time, I always say it takes at least a month to kind of get an idea for what a guy's vibe is and what he's really, his real intentions. If a guy's consistent like that for a month and a half, that's a fucking gem. Okay, you don't know a guy in a week, so just because things are great for a week doesn't mean anything. You have to see the consistency over time. But if you're seeing inconsistency, he's not answering you, it takes a while to hear back from him, he's not planning the dates consistently, he's doing that on purpose because he's just not that interested. Because you will know, and you'll feel in your heart when a man wants something serious with you.
Let's see what people are saying in the comment section. He ghosted me 2 days after my miscarriage. That's wicked. Including ignoring you. They are literally on their phones 24/7 around you, then take hours responding back when you aren't together. He blocked me after 2 amazing dates. What did I do? It's obvious he doesn't want to be with you. Please let it go. Being ghosted for a month now. My pride won't allow me to break the no contact rule. Please do not break it. He said he was going to call until I picked up last Saturday. He never called. I didn't even ask for a call. Please don't even call him. He went for 4 days without calling. I moved away and went complete no contact. 4 days turned into 4 years. Bye. He doesn't have to worry about me. I love this new life without him. If you're not the one for him, they will intentionally breadcrumb you to see what's the bare minimum you will accept and let you be the placeholder till the one comes along. If you're confused, he's not the one. True talk. He contacted me every day for 6 months, morning, noon, and night before he went on vacation. On vacation, he was contacting me every other day, then went a whole 3 days without contacting me. I blocked him and never looked back. Anything any human adult does is 100% intentional, as long as that adult is sane. They know what you're doing. Let's have a quick look at how some men handle breakup.
What you say?
Buddy, I've done this before. I've been here before. Oof. Did the whole thing. I made sure to get her favorite dessert. I remember it was like I think our first date, second date, I asked her, hey, what's your favorite dessert? And I made sure to put in my notes, because I would put everything in my notes that she told me that she liked or disliked or she wanted to do one day. I wrote it all down in my notes. And on the day I asked her to be my girlfriend, I got her the exact type of dessert that she said was her favorite. I forgot what it was. It's been a while, but it was something about when they use like a little torch on top of the little like cheesecake type thing or whatever. And I asked her, hey, will you be my girlfriend on this? I called in advance. I called 2 weeks in advance to this restaurant. I was like, hey, yo, can you like get this dessert for, I don't know if y'all do this or not, bro. I had the whole staff working all day. They told me this after I asked her. They're like, we've been working all day because we've been so excited that you wanted to do this. We were trying to figure out how to make it pretty and do what plate and what da-da-da-da. Bro, the staff thought it was so cute the way I asked her to be my girlfriend that they gave us, one, the parking for free, the dessert for free, and they just kept bringing us drinks, and the drinks were also free because they thought the way I did it was so cute. I also got her this bouquet of flowers, all that, and it was great. You know, after the date, we went home and I spent the night. It was sweet. The next morning, I kissed her on the forehead and I went to work. And 36 hours later, she told me that she didn't want to be together anymore. And then a couple days after that, she was getting cracked by another man. It's not funny. It's not funny, but it's like, dang, dude, really? A couple days? Oh my gosh, when I found out, I was so sick. I remember after I found out, because I found out like in person, like in her face, in her apartment, that she had been cracked by another dude. And when I heard that, I swore on everything. All I could hear was static. I stood up and I just walked out her apartment. And I ended up in my car. I don't even remember how. I just remember I ended up in my car and I ended up in front of my house. Mind you, she lived an hour away. I don't remember the car ride home. This led me down the path of being so utterly numb for a while. I was cracking other shorties and I felt nothing. I realized something had to change. That's when I became a little church boy, because, bro, I couldn't live like this no more.
I think that after a heartbreak, we feel that desire to never love again. We want to be numb. We don't want to engage with it anymore. And this is very normal. There's nothing wrong with it for a moment. But I don't think that I could ever stop loving people. I don't think I could ever stop trusting people. I think that when you trust somebody and you love somebody, it becomes so beautiful. It becomes so powerful. And that sensation, that stimulation is something that I'll never be willing to let go of. And if I let that person, that heartbreak define me, then I've let that situation win. I've let that situation control me. Just because I engage with someone that wasn't good for me doesn't mean that everybody else is going to be bad for me. And ultimately, I can learn from that situation. I can learn to read the red flags. I can learn to address the negativity. I can learn things about myself that maybe I didn't do right that led to that heartbreak. And that's where the growth really lies. Every single relationship that I've had has been getting better and better. You know, I'm progressing, and I'm proud of myself for that. And I think that that's the mindset that you should be in, because over a period of time, you're going to refine and redefine what you want out of a person. And as long as you're doing it consciously and you're taking accountability for the things that you're bringing to the relationship, I think that you're going to be okay, and you're really going to find something that makes sense for you.
Let's read some comments from the video where the guy told his story, his breakup story. Worst mistake you can make is thinking that it can't happen to you. Never ask a girl to be your girlfriend. She needs to ask you first, and you will be fine. This is what men are doing. The fact that I know there are still men like you out there eases my soul. I will find the one soon. This is coming from a lady. I'm begging every guy who feels like this to read The Girlfriend Game by Silas. Run. It will change your life. I've not read that book. I might have to go look at it. And this is coming from a man. A man is the one suggesting this book. Worst thing you could ever do is like a woman more than she likes you. Okay. The way I would turn into the world's worst villain after this. This is what happens to some men. They don't know how to take rejection. They don't know how to handle breakup. The moment they experience their first heartbreak or breakup, they take it in negatively and then decide to go on a mission to destroy other women's happiness. Some men are like this. Yeah. Some men are just out there to cause chaos and pain in the lives of women because of one incident that occurred in their life. Life is filled with ups and downs. Some days are good, some days are bad. Some relationships are good, some relationships are bad. You should learn how to move on. Learn how to heal. Stop holding on to your past misfortune, your past bad experience. Learn to heal, because if you decide to go on and start hurting people, it means you've not healed. You're not just hurting other people, you're also hurting yourself in the process. Please learn to move on.
Crazy. The moment she broke my heart, I've never felt so numb for such a long time. It's like I couldn't feel anything. I couldn't taste anything because of the fact that I felt like the person that I truly love just completely took my soul away. She left me for another man. She left me and took the kids with her for me to end up being empty in the inside. But I may show a smile on the outside, but it doesn't mean I'm really happy. I just don't want anybody to know. I may not reach out to people, but it's hard as a man because we're always looked as an alpha. Like, you're going to be okay. Everything's okay. You're a man. Sweetheart, we still have emotions. We still cry. We have tears just like you. So before you start saying things, you have to understand men get hit hard for a reason. I hate feeling numb inside. I don't want to be out there with other women. I don't want to be on a date because all I can think about is how can the woman that I truly love left me for somebody else. It's cold, man. It's so cold sometimes what you ladies do to us. And you don't even realize how much we're really hurt, to a point where we don't even want to be on this planet.
There are a lot of guys that go through heartbreak and they don't have anyone. Like, their only person in their life was that girl. Like, she was the one that they had to lean on. Mm-hmm. And now she's not there anymore. Right. And they don't have anyone. And that's why you see, like, these men that they never recover. They never bounce back when they get their heart broken, when they lose the love of their life. It's sad that there are so many men that are just, like, lonely and they don't have friends. They don't have anyone to lean on. And, like, when you lose your person, the only people that you have right there are your brothers. And if you don't have them, bro, it could get dark.
Let's talk about men that have refused to move on after breakup, especially in cases where the relationship did not end up amicably, in cases that has to do with DV. Let's hear what women have to say, because some women are saying that it does not end. It's not all about leaving the house. Some of them don't even survive afterwards because those men come after them. While some women also spoke about their own experience, how they are coping, how they are struggling to cope with the situation after leaving a manipulative man. Let's hear their story.
76% of women that leave abusive relationships don't make it out alive. 76%. And I'm going to talk about something today. I've mentioned it before, but my cousin lost her daughter to this. She left. And a year later, after she left, she was brutally, okay, I'm going to talk about it. I want to talk about Bill Maher. I'm going to talk about Laura Cleary and Cassie. I just saw a video of Bill Maher talking about Cassie sending a text to Diddy like, oh, I love the freak offs. Like, I love something like that. She wrote like, yeah, I really enjoyed them or something like that. And Bill Maher has the audacity to say, if you're Me Tooing someone, it doesn't help to say that. If you are with an abuser who's very controlling and you don't say something that is positive and nice, they're going to beat you. Right? And Bill Maher made a joke about like, well, she shouldn't be texting that. And it's so messed up to me. My cousin's daughter had 2 kids with this guy, one autistic nonverbal. He was about 6 years old and one was about 4 years old. And they both saw their father. Trigger warning. Take a knife multiple times. Open up. Trigger warning. I'm telling you, this is a big trigger warning. Open up the stomach. Take this part off and put this in the stomach. Take a picture of it. Post it on the internet saying like, I can't say the word what he said, but people like women shouldn't be playing with me. And the kids saw this. My family and I watched the court case online because it was during COVID. And he got life. And the judge said it was one of the most horrific crimes that he'd ever seen. And the kids, they played tapes of the kids, the autistic nonverbal child, every day would go to his little school and he would be on his iPad and he would zoom in and find the location of exactly where his mom passed. And he would find that on Google Maps all the time. And he wasn't saying anything and the younger one would describe red. Daddy was painting. Daddy was painting Mommy red. And this has nothing to do with me, but it happened on my birthday. We got the news of the brutal on my birthday. I get home from my birthday dinner. We're getting phone calls and phone calls. She left. They hadn't been together in a year. The reason I'm talking about this is because she didn't think that he would get to that level. She knew he was losing it. She knew that he was not okay. But she was such a kind person. I'm making this video for awareness. Awareness for everybody. And I know that Laura Cleary, we're mutuals on TikTok, but she doesn't really know who I am. But I've been following her since, I think she's one of the first people that I followed.
Oh my goodness. That story, that was brutal. Please, just be careful of the people you're getting into relationship with. I know sometimes you might meet a man and you think he's good because he presented himself to be good. Some people might be good today, tomorrow they lose it. Life is not predictable, so please be very careful. And if you'd want to watch the rest of the video, head over to her TikTok to watch the rest of it.
I finally left my toxic relationship, but I do not feel free. So I'm going to share a little bit about my experience and what I mean by that, and hopefully it will help you. So when I finally left my toxic relationship, when I physically removed myself from the abusive environment, so many friends were coming to me, when I was finally able to talk to friends, and they were saying, you must feel so free. What does that freedom feel like? It must be amazing. And there was such a disconnect when people would say that, because I was like, why don't I feel this? Like everyone's looking at me like it's like this huge thing. And for sure, physically leaving was an enormous thing, something that should be celebrated. But I didn't feel free. And I thought something was wrong with me. But I realized that although making the step to physically remove yourself from a manipulative, abusive environment is an enormous step and needs to be done. Once you are on the other side, that doesn't mean you're free. You're physically free. But unfortunately, you're not free from here yet. You're not free from what got you into that relationship in the first place. You're not free from the feelings you have toward yourself that got you into that relationship in the first place. There's a lot of reflecting that has to happen and say, how little did I respect myself? How little did I respect myself? How did I put up with that for so long? Where is the love for me? Because people who love themselves don't get into relationships like that. They don't. It's not even, it doesn't even cross their minds. And I realized how little I respected myself and how much work was ahead of me. Because there was no way that I could possibly get into another relationship and not change the thoughts about myself, not have a relationship with myself. That's what had to come first. I had to learn about me. I had to start respecting me. Because unfortunately, the way things go today, removing yourself, although a massive piece of the puzzle, removing yourself physically from that environment is important and needs to happen. You also need to remove yourself from what got you there in the first place. You can, if you're expecting freedom from just the physical part of it, you're not going to get it.
There's a very specific fear that is involved in leaving that only those of us who have gone through it understand. I endured extreme physical abuse, verbal and emotional as well. Leaving isn't something you do when you get in a fight and you go, I'm leaving, or we're done. It doesn't work like that in these types of situations. We're not afraid that they're going to get mad at us. We're actually terrified that they are going to physically harm or take our lives or the lives of people that we love when we leave. You actually have to plan and prepare to leave. And you have to hide money, and you have to be really smart about the way you leave, because it could cost you your life or your children's lives. I get really emotional talking about this because no matter how much healing you do, no matter how much time you spend away from them, there's a very specific fear that is involved in leaving that only those of us who have gone through it understand. Once we leave, there is no going back. And many of us find ourselves on special programs to keep us hidden from them finding us. And we just feel like we're on the run for the rest of our lives. If you are one of those people in that circumstance, sign up for my texts and text me so that I can let you know what I did and how I got out. And I love you.
Let me tell a quick story of an incident that happened last week in Port Harcourt, Nigeria, River State, Nigeria. So, according to this lady you're seeing on the screen, she was dating this guy 6-7 years ago. Then she just finished high school and she got admission into the university. So she met this guy, and the guy made her believe that he was completely single. So they started dating. While they were dating, she discovered that this guy has a child, and then she approached him and asked him, why didn't you tell me about you having a child? Like, it's not fair. They settled and they continued dating. More years into the relationship, she discovered that that guy does not only have one child, he has 4 children, and he is married, full-blown married. He's been married from day one. She had no idea, and she has been dating him for 6-7 years. At that point, she said she was no longer interested, that she wanted out. That was where the problem started. He said, if I can't have you, no other man can. Port Harcourt men, they use this statement a lot. Some men, once you break up with them, it becomes a problem. They'll come for your family, they'll come for your life. And she said he threatened to kill her family and also kill her. So she tried dating, but what she noticed was that all the men she dated after she left this guy, they would just suddenly wake up and decide not to date her anymore. She found that he was the one chasing them away. He was threatening them because he was like, I cannot let another man have this your body. Just imagine. So this very day, they agreed to meet up for a peace talk. According to her, they went for a hangout, they went to a restaurant, they ate, they drank. According to her, he was dancing, he was excited, and they stayed there till past 10 p.m. I just could not understand why she felt so comfortable to be in that space with the man up until that time, and she also allowed him to take her home. So according to her, while he was driving her home, he decided to follow a different route, and she was like, why are you following this route? He was like, nothing, he just felt like following this route. So while she was in the car driving, it got to a point she had to close the windows, so she was looking outside and then she heard a sound. Then she turned towards him because he was the one driving. She noticed a gun pointed at her and he was clicking. So what actually happened was that the gun jammed, so he couldn't pull the trigger. He was seriously clicking. That wasn't working. And she was wondering, like, why are you pointing gun at me while you're clicking? Before she could realize what was going on, he pulled out a bottle and he smashed her head. He brought out a knife and used pieces of the bottle and stabbed her repeatedly. Luckily for her, she was able to open the door. She rolled out, and when she rolled out and fell, he wanted to use the car to run over her. She was able to roll away from the road and to the other side of the road where she saw someone that came to rescue her. She's been in the hospital. After this story came out to the internet, people were asking so many questions. Why did she feel so comfortable to go on that meetup with that man? Even if she decided to meet up with him, why did she allow him to take her home at that time of the night? Even when she was hearing the clicking, where was she seated there and asking, why are you clicking the gun? Maybe she was thinking, oh, we once dated, or he will never harm me. Please, ladies, if you're part of those people that reason that way, please don't do that. A lot of men cannot take rejection. They have this sense of ownership. She is mine. I own her. No other man should come close. I made a video yesterday about how men are afraid of other men. If you've not watched the video, check it out. And I believe after watching that video, you will have a better understanding to ask why men act the way they act, why they behave the way they do. Please let me know what you think about this video in the comment section. And if you'd love to watch more videos like this, click this video to watch why men are afraid of other men, why men struggle with holding other men accountable. And I will see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching.